How's it going, guys? Kawasaki here, and I'm back with another video. This time we're looking at my personal picks and predictions going into the next Stardom pay-per-view this weekend. I believe is called Golden Fight. I know it's in Nagoya. I could be wrong on the name. I'll put it in the title later. But we got quite the matchup. So your main event, we have Suzuki versus Tom Nakano for the World of Stardom Championship. We have Mayu Iwatani versus Toni Storm. My bad. Timeless Toni Storm for the IWGP Women's Championship. Natsupoi versus Tekla for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Rina versus Miya Amasaki for the Future Stardom Championship. We have Nexus versus Hate and the Matsumoto and Zap. Then there's Starlight Kid versus Hazuki. Sayaka Kurara versus Sai Kamitani. We got Cosmic Angels versus Godzai and... Oh, no. Cosmic Angels and Neo Genesis versus Godzai and Stars. Then your opener slash match 0 is going to be the next high-speed number one contender in a Battle Royal. We have Rane Agami, Yuna Mizumori, Momokogo, Hina, and Koguma. So, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I haven't watched Stardom in such a long time. I've only seen highlights and stuff that people tweet. So I honestly feel I'm out of date. At least with the majority of things. So I guess they're doing a high-speed number one contenders match. Battle Royal. If I can make a guess, picks and predictions. Okay, so I know Hina is God's Eye, Rana's God's Eye, Yuna is Cosmic Angels, and we have Stars. My guess is, if I could just throw it out there, I know Koguma can be quite the menace when it comes to Battle Royals, so it could be her, it could be Momokogo. If I had to pick one of those two, I'd probably pick the Bear, because Bear. Next, we have Sayaka Kurara take on Sai Kamitani. Wait, this is right. No, my bad. We got Fatal 4 tag match. So it's Cosmic Angels versus Neo Genesis versus God's Eye versus Stars. If you want to look at the playing field as a whole, Stars, God's Eye, Cosmic Angels, and Neo Genesis. I knew Starlight Kid mentioned that she wants to have everyone in Neo Genesis hold the belt at one point in time. I know Cosmic Angels is dealing with Hate, God's Eye is dealing with Hate, and Stars is, well, Stars. Same with Neo Genesis. Neo Genesis is Neo Genesis. Okay, look at the process of elimination. The ones that were to take the pins on each team is Saya Ida, Lady C, Aya Sakura, and Mei Seira. And if you want to go through it again, Aya Sakura, Lady C, Saida. I'll play the process of elimination. I could possibly see Saida or Aya Sakura take the pin, but the strongest members of each team, Azumi, Sariano, Suri, Hanan. Azumi's damn well up there. She definitely could win to challenge for Mayu's IWGP belt at the end of the show. So I'm probably going to say Neo Genesis is going to win. But if I look at it in a more broad spectrum, if you look at it just based on first impressions, you could say Cosmic Angels or Neo Genesis. Because I know God's Eye hasn't really done much. Like, if you really want to look at it, God's Eye hasn't done much since, like, everything kind of just dropped. She's been trying to carry God's Eye. They've been dealing with Hate. They're also dealing with the burden of Hina and Lady C joining from Queen's Quest. It's like they're kind of there. So my guess is going to be Neo Genesis to pick up the win. They're probably going to pin like Aya Sakura or something like that. So, okay. So now, Sayaka Kurara, Sai Kamitani. Sai Kamitani is in her MySpace Hot Topic phase right now. And Sayaka's finally getting a feel for things. But this match goes back to, I believe, last year. Like, they did face off with each other, but this is when Sayaka just started, and Saya was a part of Queen's Quest at the time. So, I mean, this can be like your progress report on how Sayaka is doing nowadays versus how she did before. But I think right now, Saya's probably going to pick up the win because, you know, Saya, it's not a phase mom, it's a way of life. My bad. I did drop something in my room. I'm not sure what I dropped, but I just heard a lot of name. But next up, we have Hazuki and Starlight Kid. These two have hated each other for quite the time. She's even said it in interviews, at least Starlight Kid has. And even Hazuki, they just don't like each other. But it's mainly due to them starting around the same time. Hazuki retiring, Starlight Kid being around, while Hazuki like left to retire and then come back. So I can honestly see the resentment with Starlight Kid and Hazuki. But if I like both of them. Hazuki is a little more aggressive compared to Starlight Kid, or at least I should say in contrast to Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid I know has more of the high flying offense and the grounded submissions, while Hazuki is more of the striker. So I mean, okay, I could see a time limit draw, but I can also see. I can see Starlight Kid waking something up in Hazuki to the point where it's like Hazuki's like that killer that she was back before she retired. There could be the 1% chance Hazuki would turn the point. No, not 1%. The 0.1%. Hazuki turns heel, joins Hate later on at the end of the night, defects from Stars, or joins like Nexus or something like that. Just very slim percentage Hazuki's gonna go heel. But if I really had to pick, I would pick. I'm a Starlight Kid bias. I'm gonna have to go Starlight Kid. My mind, okay. So my mind tells me Hazuki have a body, so Starlight Kid. Here we go now to the nitty gritty. Nexus versus Hate, plus Zap and Dumb Matsumoto. Dumb Matsumoto's documentary just came out, Queen of the Villains. I just watched it. It is so good. Like, if y'all ever have a chance, I would recommend watching it. Because that's like Dumb Matsumoto's like rise of prominence and how Joshi Wrestling started to become what it is today. But I just don't like Hate. There's so much I can say about Hate. I've done the tangent before. I don't want to do it again. I've done it plenty of times. I despise Hate at this moment. As much as I want Enex's V to win, I have a real gut feeling all the shenanigans Hate will do and pull off will have them win. It's probably going to be Rion or Waka that takes the pin out of all this. So I'm going to say Hate, and it's unfortunate. Okay, so now, speaking of Hate, the only member in that group that I actually like has a future Stardom Championship match with Miya Amasaki. Rina has had the run of her life with the Wonder of Stardom Championship. She's had so many title defenses. She's won every single one of them. She's improved each and every time. Miyu is getting to the point where she's gonna be unable to compete for this belt. But I don't know. It's tough because I like both of them. And like, as much as I enjoy Reina's reign, a change of pace would be good and you can elevate Reina. But then again, you can still elevate Miyu from future Stardom to either tag, trios, high speed. I personally wouldn't say she's ready for Wonder or the World Championships. Again, like, for this belt, it's a stepping stone. I mean, look at Hanan. Despite not winning any belts, Hanan has won Cinderella after being elevated from the future Stardom Championship title picture. Look at Mina. Look where she's at right now. Unagi, albeit she's not even a part of the company anymore, but look at where she's at right now. Look at, I mean, Rock was there, but she's done fucking nothing. So, before I get back on the hate tangent, as much as I want Rina to retain, because I'm honestly 50-50 on this, but if I really had to pick, it would be kind of a cool change of pace if Miyu picks up the win on this one and wins the belt. But again, I can't complain on who wins. And next, oh boy, not Sportacular. Why the fuck was Clark Connors in a Stardom ring? Like, why the fuck would he show up? Like, if they're gonna run this for historic crossover where they have Bullet Club War Dogs and Hate take on the Cosmic Angels and like fucking, I don't know, Taichi and like Kanemaru, why do they have him here? It honestly did nothing. Tekla looked more like weaker because she couldn't win without the use of outside interference in any way, shape, or form. That makes Natsupoi like somewhat stronger, but she's a little more vulnerable. Again, Natsupoi didn't lose clean. Tekla did call off the Hate outside interference, but Clark Connors came in for the save. I personally think that Poi's reign would be too soon if she lost, but knowing Taro Okada's booking, yeesh, if Tekla wins the belt off of like Clark Connors interfering like in the match, someone's really gonna feel my wrath. So I am going with Poi to retain. All right, okay. Mayu and Toni Storm. This has been the funnest build up to this match. And like, it's great because you have like such the opposite like dynamics, like with Toni Storm and Mayu, different ways of like how they're working. And with Toni Storm not being in the Stardom ring for that, I think it was like 5, 6, 7 years. Like 2017, 2018 was the last time she was in a Stardom ring. And coming back with the timeless gimmick, it's so good. You have the biggest opportunity with Toni becoming the IWGP champion, where she can defend it goddamn anywhere and against anybody. Unlike Mayu, where Mayu likes to defend it in Japan against people that come into Japan. But I know with the whole love triangle storyline with Toni, Mariah, and Mina, it's gonna be a little tough with Toni winning the belt. But if you look on the flip side, Toni can, again, as I stated before, she can take on anybody and everybody everywhere in America. Not just America, but like the rest of the world. Mayu, she said in an interview, she would rather stay domestic over going international, or staying national over going international. But Mayu is so pressed about beating Okada's record for the most title defenses. Like, it could go either way. And again, I know I know Izumi wants to take on Mayu for the IWGP belt, so they could be doing something with that at the year-end pay-per-view. So if I honestly had to pick, because it is in a Stardom ring, I'm gonna have to go with Mayu. But it's like 51-49. But now, the main event, Tom Suzu for the red belt. I've heard they were supposed to book this last year, but Tom Nakano was injured and had to relinquish the belt. That's one of the reasons why Suzu won the 5-star Grand Prix, because they wanted to run these two at Grand Queendom. But it never happened, so we had Micah versus Suzu, and Micah won the belt. And seeing these two, I know they both definitely do not like each other right now. I know we're about to get some Tom Lore tomorrow, or Thursday, or Friday, or someday. We're gonna get a Tom Lore on Suzu and like how she's recovered from her being beaten like with her knee, going winless in the 5-star Grand Prix, and going back to her uprise, winning the red belt again. But Suzu's relentless. She's young. She has all the potential in the world. Her glass ceiling is very high, in contrast to Tom. I mean, Tom is like 1,080 years old at this point, so if it is not a time limit draw, because I know they're probably gonna try to throw Micah back into the mix, like somehow, some way. It's either gonna be time limit draw, or Tom is gonna outsmart Suzu. In-ring experience versus being naive. Suzu's been in the game since like 17 or 18. I could be wrong. Y'all can fact check me in the comments later. But Tom Nakano's been in the ring since like 2015, 2016. So the experience will say for itself. I know Tom is like damn near perfect when it comes to selling and in-ring psychology. Suzu is Suzu. She's got a couple of those bolts and nuts and screws in her head, but Suzu. If I had to pick, if it wasn't time limit draw, double count out, interference, or whatever, I would have to probably say Tom. Again, it's too soon for her to drop the belt. I know they've been doing hot potato with this thing since Rossi left Stardom to start up Marigold, or more so Rossi got fired from Stardom because he wanted Suzu to win and have the belt, but I guess Bushiroad didn't want that. So if I really had to pick, it's either time limit draw or Tom's gonna be winning. So those are my picks, thoughts, and predictions going into Stardom show this weekend. It will be live streamed on I forget what website it was. It used to be Pia, but they changed it. I'll post a link on how to get the pay-per-view in the comments down below. Otherwise, yo ho, Pirates Life for me. And because I'm working a show on Saturday, I'm unable to watch this show like live. So I will make up and I will watch the Sunday. I'll probably do a stream on Sunday. So keep that in mind. If you enjoyed my likes, predictions, and thoughts, click on the like button. If you want to see when I go live or upload a video, click on the bell icon down below. That'll push notifications to your device saying when I go live or I upload a video. And if you want to watch, I should say like live watch along this show, there'll be a link to the Discord down below. And thank you all for watching, and then I'll catch you all most likely Sunday. So So thank you all for watching, and I catch you all then. Peace.